So welcome to the Sit Down with Stephen Taylor. Thank you very much for taking the time out to join us today. So today, joined by somebody very amazing who contacted me via social media. I'd love to, Inge Palvies, find out more about your story and your journey, man. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking out the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And thank goodness for technology, man, because I'm here in Pretoria, you there in Cape Town, and we can still do this thing. So it's amazing. I like it.
Yeah, finally, eh?
Your schedule, my schedule, I know. Yours is busier than mine, but hey.
Yeah, teachers don't have a normal job, eh? We have a 24/7 job.
That's right. It's like being a parent, hey? But
Yeah.
You have it like every day and then some more. So yeah.
We have like 40 kids.
Yeah. Geez, is it that many? Wow.
Yeah, well, almost 40.
Okay. So, okay, we're going to talk about that. You being a teacher, we'll talk about that a bit later. But take us back to like where you were born. Who are you, Inge? We'd like to know, man.
So I was born here in Cape Town. I've always lived here. So for 32 years of my life, I grew up in Bottasig. And yeah, I'm a teacher now. I have a son of 7 years old. Yeah, okay. That's basically me in a nutshell.
Was that it? Okay. 32 years of life in one sentence. Right? Yeah? There you go. Thanks for coming on the show, Inge. It's good to chat.
It's always so weird how you know yourself so well, but then when somebody asks you about yourself, you have like nothing to say.
I know. So that means that you went to, did you go to Bosmansdam High?
No, Bosmansdam Primary School, and then I went to an Afrikaans high school, President Hoërskool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Bosmansdam Primary and high school, so okay. Yeah.
Hey, we probably like saw each other there at some point.
Yeah, you look familiar. I've seen you before. I don't know. Yeah.
What year were you in primary school, grade 7?
That's a good question.
Can you remember?
I'm 37, so I'm a bit older.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Okay, you can call me Oom. Yeah, so it's, wow, okay. So it's a small world, really. I mean, growing up in the same community, but like, it's interesting, very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I was going to say that you had hair back then, but I don't.
True.
I don't want to be eh?
It's true. It's a true story. I had hair till like 6 years ago. So, yeah, most of my life I've had hair, at least.
Okay, so tell me about that, Inge. You coming onto the show now with no hair. It's not a new hairstyle that you've just come up with. You know, you didn't go to the hairdresser and get your hair done like that. It's something more. Tell me about that. I'd like to know.
Yeah, so 6 years ago, I discovered my first bald spot on my head. I was actually at work talking to my colleagues, and they asked me, Inge, weet jy van hierdie kol op jou kop? So I didn't actually even notice anything. And yeah, that's when it started, 2014. And then it progressed, more bald spots everywhere. Started here at the back, and then it moved more here towards the front. And it got to a point 3 years ago where the hair was so little on my head, I had to shave it off. There was no point in having the few strands here and there.
Yo,
yeah, so I decided to shave it off.
What did you think? What did you think at the time?
Not much. I wasn't sure what it was. I obviously saw a dermatologist, and then he told me that it's Alopecia Areata. So that's what he diagnosed me. Areata. So basically, alopecia just means hair loss. And the autoimmune condition is called Alopecia Areata, which basically means hair loss in coin-sized spots on your head. And then you get alopecia totalis, which is like me. You've got no hair on your head. And then you also get universalis, which is you lose your, like I also have a part of that. I don't have hair on my arms or my legs, don't have eyebrows, still have my lashes. And
yeah, I mean, it's a good thing as a lady not having hair on your legs, right? I mean, it's a plus.
Exactly.
You don't need to shave that, right?
Yeah, saves a lot of time, eh?
I know.
So yeah, that's the stages of alopecia that you get. Some people lose their lashes, their nose hair even. I actually know a few women who've lost all the hair on their body. So they don't even have nose hair, which is quite uncomfortable and inconvenient, according to them. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so take us back. So when you started losing hair, did it scare you? Did you think that you was like it was cancer or something like that, or what did you think?
No, I didn't think that, because I know cancer, it's a chemo that actually causes the hair loss. So it's not like just cancer that causes it.
But that's true. That's you
Yeah,
said that.
a lot of people actually ask me that. But I knew something was up. I actually had a bald spot when I was about 5 or 6 years old. Small bald spot on my head. So I wasn't unfamiliar with it totally. And my sister also lost some of her eyebrow and eyelashes when she was younger.
So is it hereditary?
They say that you are genetically more predisposed to getting it, but it's not hereditary necessarily.
Oh wow. So what causes it? You know what causes it?
Nobody really knows. It's an autoimmune condition. So there are triggers, but a lot of people are under the wrong impression that it's caused by something specific. But it's not true. A lot of people thought it is stress related, but science has actually recently proved that it's not stress related. It can be a trigger, but it's not the cause of hair loss. So it can be a traumatic event, lost in the family, or something that really I don't know, challenges you or is traumatic for you, in your life. A big change also. But it's just a trigger. It's not necessarily the main cause of
You never
hair
had
loss.
anything like that. You never had anything like that.
I did have a little bit of things going on in 2014, but I won't say that I can't blame just that, Because, when I was 6 years old, I didn't have a traumatic event or stress or anything like that. So,
Well, you were 6. You might not know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I had a good childhood, so I can't think of anything that was really stressing me back then.
But now, okay, but I'm going to ask you like a very high grade question, Inge.
Okay.
A very tough question, actually, because it's difficult to ask a question like this. But now, you're not having hair and hair on parts of your body, whatever. Does that make you feel less of a woman?
I think in the beginning, maybe yes. I think in the beginning it was quite something big. It's such a big change because you look totally different. When you look at yourself, you don't look like you used to anymore. Even when I look at photos, it's like, what? This was me back in the day. You had your own brows and your own hair.
Yeah.
And then you see other people being able to, do things with their own hair and look normal, I can call it that. So it is a big change and something to get used to. I think in the beginning, you feel a little bit less feminine. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, constantly up and down. Sometimes
Do you still consider yourself beautiful? Do you still consider yourself beautiful?
Yeah, I think, when you lose your hair, you start looking at other parts of yourself that you find interesting or more attractive than you used to, because you sort of look for something. Yeah. So a lot of people have said, no, you have nice eyes, or my lashes are actually quite long, which I'm quite proud of. Because I actually lost some of my lashes last year. Took a year to grow back. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I've seen a lot of bold women lately. I follow a lot of social media pages, alopecia pages. And I do think of them as beautiful. So, why not consider myself also to be beautiful? And it's not your hair. I just realized it's not really your hair that makes you.
No. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it's not about, you're right. It's not about your hair. It's about, and actually we should look past what's on the outside. It's more what's on the inside that defines the person. So
true, but
that's what I've come to realize after all these years, that you can't live with you've got to live with the person, not with the person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. But I think because society makes us believe otherwise, all the time, it's difficult to get past that initially.
Do you walk in public like that? Do people look at you different, or do you wear a wig?
I mostly wear wigs.
Are you self-confident?
I'm self-confident, I'd say, but I did the whole walking in the mall bald thing when I shaved my head. And people do stare, I have to be honest. It's like people aren't used to seeing female bald heads, which is
Does that
quite
freak you out though? Does it freak you out though?
I get that attitude of wat kyk jy?
No. I like that.
I get like defensive. I'm like, what? I want to look at them, and but it's just funny how you get defensive and how you immediately want to attack, protect yourself, So no, I don't know if I have the confidence to walk around bald again. Kelly does it well. She doesn't give a dumbass about anything.
Right, you're talking about Kelly Pierce, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, over the 6 years that you've had it, do you think that it affected your self-confidence when you first had it? Did you think, oh my goodness, what is going on with me? Why me? I'm sure you must have felt that, right?
Yeah, you think about it all the time. Why me? Why am I the only one in the family with this? Nobody else. I mean, I didn't know anybody else with this condition until I met Kelly and a few other people recently. So yeah, you do go through all of those questions in your head, and you don't like what you see in the mirror for a long time. It takes a long time, and I think still sometimes you get those feelings again creeping up, and
Yeah. Is it a disease?
So it's a condition more than I think it's a disease. It doesn't make you sick, if I can, because you're fine. Your health-wise, you're actually fine, perfectly fine. Your immune system is just overactive or confused.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's basically your immune system attacking your body wrongly, thinking that your hair is the enemy. So yeah, it's a confused immune system, basically.
That's hectic.
Yeah, but at least
it's not
rare. No, it's not that rare. I think there's actually more people than we realize that have it, but I think people hide it so well that you won't realize somebody has it.
The wigs have got better, hey?
And the microblading and the fake lashes.
Yeah, I know. If I look at you with your wig on, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly wouldn't have known. I would have been
good
like,
job
okay,
to the wig company.
Yeah. So you get, but now a silly question: where does one buy a wig? Eh?
Yeah, well, that's where I didn't know. The first time I had to go and look for a wig, I had no idea. So I started at Chinatown, and that was like a terrible experience.
Those are probably the wrong wigs, eh? Dress up, fancy dress.
But you get normal looking ones, but they're terrible. They're uncomfortable and they're bad quality. And but eventually I discovered Fascination's hair, and I'm actually now their brand ambassador for their John Reno wigs. So now I'm getting to try out all these different styles and colors and learning a lot about wigs.
I need to look good. I must come to you then, hey?
Yes.
Okay. I think I need a new hairstyle.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised. There's actually men also who suffer from alopecia. I recently met somebody actually when we had our get together. Yeah, and I met a man who actually also has alopecia. Luke, he was.
I think I saw that in the local newspaper. Yeah.
Yes, we were last Wednesday. We were in the Tiger Burger. Yes, that's
right. Lekker, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy that you've got a sense of humor, that you can laugh about these things. Because some people would talk about this and probably burst out in tears or say that I'm making fun of a situation where I should have. But I think that laughter helps us to get through a lot of things. If you look at South Africa as a whole, when hectic things happen, what do we do on social media? We make
jokes and memes.
Yes,
exactly.
That's how we are. That's how we are. That's what helps us to get through things. And I like that. I like that about us.
Yeah, I think it takes a while though. I also didn't laugh in the beginning.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you get stronger and you get used to it, It's I think it's a big thing of accepting the situation more than trying to fix the situation. Because you try so many things and it doesn't work. So it's easier to accept it and try and, deal with it.
And tell me about so you teach children, primary school or high school?
Oh, no, primary school.
Okay.
Grade 3. Yeah.
Grade what?
3.
Grade 3. I thought you said grade E. I was like, where the hell have I been? Did they change things? Yeah, grade 3. Okay, that's the old standard 1.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And how is that? Do they know about your condition?
I don't think so. Well, some of them do. Some of them have seen, like, on their parents' phones, my statuses, and
Oh,
saw us last
really?
year on, yeah,
Oh,
saw us
no.
last year on Afternoon Express, and I've
Yes.
seen my profile picture and stuff like that. So some of them are aware of it. Others just think I change my hair very often. Because when I got the new blonde pinkish wig that I'm wearing lately, some of the learners were like, wow, you cut and colored your hair. And I just, yeah, go with that.
Where's your wig now? You have it with you?
I can fetch it. It's just in the room next door.
Okay. We'll get it, yeah. We'll get it just now.
Okay.
So what color are you wearing now? Okay, maybe you should go fetch it then. Then go fetch it and then come back. That's cool.
2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is. I'll put it on. Then you can see it better. So it's like easy. And then I'm a new me.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
See, now you look quite, I don't know, can I say that you look quite sexy?
Yeah, so that's the beauty of wigs, eh? Changes your whole appearance in a second.
No, man, you look beautiful before, man. I'm only joking. But I mean, it's amazing that like the hair looks so real. Is it real hair?
Yeah, this is synthetic hair actually.
Oh, really?
It looks, yeah, but it looks very real. So it's cool.
I hope one day to meet a wife like you.
Yeah, you have a different wife every day.
Yeah, that makes things interesting, right? It'll never be a dull, boring relationship. I'm only joking, man. But wow, okay. So, geez, wigs have changed over the years. That's actually quite hectic. And how much does a wig like that cost? And like, how much would somebody be paying for something like that?
Well, they range. I mean, you can't really, they have different caps. Like you get the ones that have these hand-tied caps like this one, which looks like the hair is growing out of your scalp. And then you get the ones that have wefts and stuff, which are a little bit cheaper than the others. And you get long ones, human hair ones, synthetic ones. So the prices range anything from 2,000 and something up to 20.
Oh, wow.
30, or even 30 grand. So yeah.
So you don't go in the shower and wash your hair, right? You take it off.
No.
No, I'm asking stupid questions because I don't know. I don't know.
You take it off and then you wash it.
Okay. So it lasts a while then.
Yeah, the human hair ones obviously last longer. The synthetic ones have a little bit of a shorter lifespan, I'd say 8 to 10 months.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, depending on how you obviously treat it and how you maintain it and so forth.
Yeah.
So.
See, now looking at you, I wouldn't even know. It's actually quite odd. Hey, it's actually quite odd and amazing at the same time, you know? But
exactly.
So it's like a cap, hey?
Sorry?
Is it like a cap? Does it like just so you chose that and
I can show you.
Yourself? Yeah.
So it's a cap.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And then like this makes it look like you have a scalp, and this part also there's like a hairline and the scalp, and the hairs are tied 100% hand tied. So literally someone sat and put every single hair through the cap.
Wow. Thank goodness I don't have that job, eh? Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, so you get many different ones. This one, look, I got this one to review I think a month or 2 ago when Fascinations Hair approached me the first time. And then this one was one of the wigs I had to review. And then I just loved it so much I decided to get it. So that's how I can do this one.
It suits you. Look
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Tell me about all your tattoos, man. What's up with all the tattoos?
Oh, you can actually see them. Yeah, I like ink. I like tattoos. I like piercings.
Really?
Good being a teacher, yeah, because you have to hide it, at school. But yeah, I like expressing myself through the ink. So I've got a few different ones.
So now is your hair completely gone?
Yeah, completely gone.
Does it grow back? No.
No, it used to, and I had to shave because I had like these darker spots, some hair still growing. But nowadays, I think the last 2 years, I don't have to shave anymore. It's completely like gone. Smooth like a baby's bottom. My arms also.
Okay, so if somebody wants to find out more details about like what you've been through, is there face groups, support groups and stuff like that? Where would they go?
Yeah, Kelly and I actually started a support group on Facebook last year after Afternoon Express. So it's called Faces for Alopecia. And Kelly actually came up with the name because we were talking about how all the ladies with alopecia have either very beautiful eyes or have like the perfect head or face for alopecia, like to be bald. So we called it Faces for Alopecia.
Oh no, that's hectic. Okay, so they can Faces for Alopecia. Is that what it's called, alopecia?
Yeah, Faces for Alopecia on Facebook and on Instagram.
No, but I mean the condition is called the alopecia.
Yes, it's actually alopecia areata, like I mentioned earlier, because alopecia just simply means hair loss, but areata is the autoimmune condition.
Alopecia areata sounds so French, man.
All these medical terms,
Yeah, I know. It's weird. Okay. So, what advice would you give to somebody that's going through this that maybe is not as brave as you? Not as confident as you, and maybe saying, what should I do? What would you say to them?
I'd say, deal with it on your own time. You don't have to accept it immediately. There's no time span or cut-off date that you have to accept it and be okay with it. Because I still even go through a few low days where I feel like, oh, why me? I miss my hair. So, it's a roller coaster ride of emotions. So feel the emotions, go through the emotions, and find support groups. It really helps to see other people also going through the same thing. Yeah. And try and reach out to them and do what you have to cope, whether it's wearing wigs, caps, shaving your hair, whatever. Do what you need to do to cope with it. There's no right or wrong. And don't feel guilty about it. Don't let people tell you it's your fault for stressing or something like that, because it's not true.
Yeah. But that must be hectic. Like you were, I don't know, my math is really terrible. You must have been about 28? No, 26. See, I told you my math is terrible. 26. Okay. So for your whole life, you had hair.
Yeah.
And not having hair. I don't know. Is that a big thing? Is it a big thing?
I think it's a big thing, especially for women. Because I actually liked my hair. I had like dark brown, long hair. It was curly, so I could straighten it, and I could sorry, battery low. I could straighten my hair and I could do whatever with it. And now, just all of a sudden, it being gone, it is quite a big thing.
No, shame, man. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but thank you for being so brave and so awesome. You're an inspiration to many, many people, and I look up to you and I respect you for the person that you are. And I want to say thank you so much for sharing your story. We need more people like you in society. We really do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words.
It's a pleasure. But thank you, Inge Palvies. It's amazing, man. Thank you for taking the time and sharing your story. I really do appreciate it. And keep educating the kids, man. Let's make a better society for tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to share the story because, so few people actually know about this condition. So, yeah, it's good to spread a little bit of awareness about it.
I like that. And next time I want a selfie with you, okay? So I can say that I'm hanging out with a famous Inge, okay?
Okay.
No, thank you so much. Have a good one, okay?
You too. Enjoy.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.